Hi guys! So it's one of those days, one of those yucky days where you feel every bad feeling that there is out there and you overwhelm yourself and you feel really negative and it just goes against everything that you normally would do or feel or think or say, and it's just been one of those days. I'll just put it that way. I'm not going to pretend that this is not what my hair looks like every day, but hi Carly! So I don't know about you guys, but I'm a female and there is a certain time of the month, and I'm not even, there, but the whole PMS bug comes and you're like, my life's terrible, nobody likes me, I can't do anything right, and that's the day that I'm at right now. And at least I've learned over the past 20 years or so of having this day every month that this is normal and it's going to happen to me every month. But it's crazy still, and I have a hard time every time it comes around. So today's one of those days where I sat at the computer and I listened to a webinar on Instagram, on how to Instagram, and had that in one ear and then was playing the matching game with Parker and listening to him out of the other ear. And then by the end of it I was so overwhelmed and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to master Instagram. I'm never going to be able to run a business. What am I thinking? How am I going to do this? How am I going to keep reaching people? I'm so such a loser. And that's honestly how I let myself get feeling. And I just need to acknowledge that those days are going to come and go. And at the end of the day, and tomorrow, not even the end of today, but by tomorrow, it's all going to be a little bit better. So here's what I did to deal with that. I should have scoped when I did this, but my husband came home for lunch and I was like, I just got to get out of here. I've been cooped up with sick baby with double ear infection for the last couple days and haven't left the house very much. And so I made a run to Taco Bell and got myself a couple tacos, and I rolled the windows down. It's warm enough here I can do that. I rolled the windows down and came home and just had a moment in the car and just got some fresh air, got some food in my stomach. It's crazy what eating will do for you, even if it's not the best food, even if it's Taco Bell. And I'm not gonna feel happy about it an hour from now, but getting some perspective and realizing the world's not out to get you and that it's all okay. Are you a little frustrated too?
Yes.
I think everybody caught on. Everybody's having a rough day. Felicity, how's your sandwich? Yeah, that's Parker's leftover sandwich, huh? These kids eat and eat and eat and eat. So we're just gonna leave their food out on their plates. Eventually somebody's gonna come and eat it. Been a crazy one. What? Yeah, that's always Felicity. She likes to eat everybody's leftovers, huh? But oh my gosh, running a business, starting out as an entrepreneur, I've always been one and didn't know that I was an entrepreneur. Now that I have acknowledged that I am one, I have 4,000 ideas in my head at any given time. And I posted on Facebook yesterday that I started a to-do list, and it just keeps growing. And I'm proud to say I knocked stuff off my to-do list yesterday, several things that if I hadn't written them down, I probably wouldn't have done them. But it's so hard to try and compartmentalize all those thoughts and those feelings and everything, and to not associate my success as a person with the success of different businesses, and to not go crazy thinking I have to learn it all overnight, because I've been in this info dumping phase. And if you've never heard that before, it's where you can't get enough learning, you can't get enough information, and you just keep piling it on and reading and reading and reading, and sometimes that actually gets you stuck because you're like, how am I ever going to do these things these people are teaching me to do, because where do I start and how do I begin and all that. So I've been a little obsessive compulsive lately about learning things, listening to webinars, trying to learn how to do webinars, reading books, listening to my Audible books. I can't even go to my podcast app right now, I'm going to be totally honest, because that will just spark my ADD a little bit too much and I'll jump around between topics. I did that the other day. I was like, Pat Flynn, Smart Passive Income. Oh, but I've got to listen to John Lee Dumas and who he's got on today, and it was just crazy. So this is the inside of my brain right now. If I could crack it open and show you, it's a mess, and it's really stressful, and it's really clouded, and yeah, it's hard. I have so many dreams and goals for the Marvelous Moms Club podcast, and sometimes I just feel stuck. And I've had this constant influx of people that I'm talking to, which is amazing. And right now I'm every week I kind of get to the end of the week, I'm like, what am I putting up there next week? It's crazy. It's a lot of work. And I want to keep reaching more moms, and it's hard to keep reaching moms when I only have so many hours in a day. But it's important to me. Welcome. So yeah, life of an entrepreneur, info dumping, and thankfully we kind of cycle through those phases. It's enlightenment, info dumping, clarity. And I just had clarity over the weekend, and I'm back in info dumping. I don't know, I'm just going to go back and forth. It's crazy. But If you want to stay sane, don't start a business. I keep seeing things that are good for me today, though. Like, if you do the work for 2 people, or for like a couple years, then you can live the rest of your life like nobody else or something. Come to realize it's not just my brain or your brain. It's totally a female brain thing. My mom told me yesterday, she's like, just acknowledge that PMS is real and give yourself some distance from the things that are driving you crazy. So if a certain somebody has some tendency that drives you a little crazy, just like don't watch it. Don't be around it. Like he likes to chew on his sleeves. Oh, and cookies. Yeah. I got Moose Tracks ice cream last night. I had my husband pick up some Moose Tracks ice cream. If you haven't had that, you need to try that. It's delicious and amazing, and it made me feel a little better for 5 minutes, and then maybe a little worse 10 minutes after that. But it's crazy what exercise does too. I've never been a big avid exerciser, and I'm getting more and more into like needing that, and I noticed a huge difference today because I didn't get out and go on a walk. I had a podcast interview early this morning, which prevented me from getting out on the beach trail and prevented me from getting that fresh air and those endorphins, and it makes a huge difference. Because even though yesterday I was halfway in the slump I'm in now, I had made it out on a walk, and it helped me get through the day. But anyway, being a mom and running a business is super hard. Don't let anybody else tell you any different. And I hated it when people told me when I started this, like, it's gonna be really hard. And I was like, well, how hard could it be? Like, it's only hard if you make it hard. But there's just certain steps you have to take. There's certain learning curves you have to go through. You can't just have instant success overnight. Welcome to the new viewers. My name's Kirsten. I have a podcast called Marvelous Moms Club. We have a really awesome Facebook community. I'm just going to start scoping every day and just talking about everyday life and life as a mom and struggles with running a business and starting businesses. So with that being said, my husband and I both acknowledge this is really hard to say and hard to own. But I think the more we start owning it and putting it out there, the more likely it'll be that it will actually happen. Oh, goodness. Well, let's not pull all the wipes out, okay? Put them back. But we have this crazy goal, and I shouldn't even say crazy because right there I'm like trying to disillusion it or whatever. But our goal is to become millionaires by the end of the year. We were going to give ourselves 2 or 3 years, maybe more, and then we read a book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And there's a section in there where he talks about setting a deadline and being like kind of crazy about your deadline. And so after I read that, I was like, I'm not going to wait for 2 or 3 years to have the type of success I want. I'm going to have it by the end of the year because I'm sick of waiting, because we've waited all these years. And you know, I can't say that like this is the first time we've ever tried anything. We've had a lot of failures. We've tried a lot of different things, and this is when things are finally clicking into place. So many cool things will be coming from our little creative factory that we call this apartment, but I'm excited. It's super stressful because I have these huge goals of where I want to be, and I don't even know how. I have no idea how we're going to get there, but I have a couple ideas, and if it all takes off, that's awesome. But I want to scope every day and put this on YouTube and everything so you guys can see the progress and know that I'm just a normal person, and when we get there, because we will get there, you'll know that it's possible for anybody to do it. We're not like entitled. We don't have families with money who are just going to give us money to invest. We don't have like everything we have. We're learning ourselves. So that's the whole entrepreneur side of me. The rest of it, I love the podcast. I love the moms in my Marvelous Moms Club, and it's just going to keep growing. And so many cool things will keep happening. So many plans for the future. So if you're a mom and you're listening, thank you, and keep catching the live scopes. And if you missed the live scopes, I'll put them on YouTube for you. But that's where I'm at today. I was going to Periscope earlier, and I caught my reflection, and I was like, can't do that to people. That's another stress. Like, hormones do stuff to your skin, and I'm 30, and I shouldn't still be breaking out, but I am. And there's definitely remedies and everything, but I'm like, who has time? Who has money to keep, like, trying all the different things? What?
Is Grandma watching?
I don't know if Grandma's watching. She probably will watch eventually. Anyway, that's my rant for the day. Keep your goals big, but don't let them consume you and suffocate you. And keep perspective that some days are just not going to be good days. They're not going to be fun days. They're going to be rough days. Some days you're not even going to like the sound of like your own breathing because you're just going to be so irritable. If you're a mom. If you're like me. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Go check us out on Instagram at Marvelous Moms Club. Go to the podcast. Check out the newest episode today. It's just me talking, which is super fun. I love talking to my guests, but it's fun to put a little bit of me out there. So go have a listen, and I will catch you guys back on here. Follow me on Periscope so you can get notifications when I'm on. I'm going to be on here every single day posting something. So Have a great day. Thanks for watching. See you later.